Sir, audible, sir.
So, just today I will tell about the introductory about the course and the course curricula. Okay. So I will start now. Good morning to all students who are registered for the AGR 122 Introductory Agrometeorology and Climate Change. So now you are in the second semester, is it not? Second semester of the first year. Well, this particular course, Introductory Agrometeorology and Climate Change. So earlier, this particular course was given to the physics department, where they used to teach the agrometeorology course by the basic physics people. Of late, these basic departments have been closed, and accordingly, this has been given to the agronomy department, because the agronomy is a competent department to offer this particular course. Okay, of course, I am Dr. K. Murali, Professor of Agronomy, and put in about 26 years of service in both teaching and research, and I will be in charge of this particular course. And coming to the course title and the number, as I told, it is already AGR 122, Introductory Agrometeorology and Climate Change. If you come to the syllabus of the course, because all the students should know about what is the syllabus of this course. So hope you have got the syllabus copy also. So usually at the time of registration, usually syllabus copy will be given, or you have to collect it later, or the teachers will also give the contents, what is the syllabus. So as we know, Introductory Agrometeorology and Climate Change, this is having 2 credit hours, 1 theory and 1 practical. Now, because of the pandemic situation, now we are starting only the theory classes. So when you come over here, so the practicals will be started. So now the classes are on Monday and Tuesday. Monday between 10:45 to 11:45, and Tuesday it is 12 to 1. So this is the timetable schedule, as we are already knowing. Coming to the theory aspect of this course, so first we are dealing with the meaning and scope of agricultural meteorology. So usually we differentiate what is meteorology. So what is agrometeorology? Okay, so meteorology is always dealing with the weather. Okay, so where in agricultural meteorology, pertaining to the agricultural operations, so what are the different weather parameters which are going to influence, like starting from your rainfall, temperature, relative humidity, wind speed, okay, so length of the light, okay, day length we call. So all these factor will come into the picture to determine the growth of plants or a vegetation. Accordingly, we study all these things. Then we also study about the Earth atmosphere. Earth comprises of what? Different layers. What is the core of the Earth contains? What are the different layers we have? Okay, because we have to study Earth, because we have to grow the crops on the soil or the land. As a result, we need to know about the Earth atmosphere and its composition, what it comprises of, and its structure. So what is how exactly the Earth composition and structure is there. Then also we study about the atmosphere, how the atmosphere above the ground level. So how exactly it behaves, because the relative humidity, air pressure, all these things will also come into picture. And so weather variables, atmospheric pressure, why atmospheric pressure is important, what is the significance with the crop production on that, and its variation with the height. If you go high and high, the pressure, what happens to the pressure? Okay, the oxygen content, all those things we study. And the types of wind. So how exactly the wind speed affect the crop growth. So daily and seasonal variation in the wind speed, what happens to the on crop plants. So what are cyclones, how the cyclones will form, what is the effect of cyclone around crop production, all those things we study. Then anticyclones, then land breeze and sea breeze. So there is a connection between the land breeze and the sea breeze also. So how exactly these things are going to decide the vegetation. Then nature and properties of solar radiation. So in agriculture, we need the insolation or solar radiation, incoming solar radiation, where the plants has to synthesize the chlorophyll with the help of the light. So the light is very important. So how exactly the light penetrate into the crop system. So what should be the orientation of the leaf size and shape? All those things we are studying. So solar radiation is an important aspect. So in that also we have different the layers. So then solar constant, what is solar constant? Then how exactly the depletion of solar radiation takes place. So in that we much bother about the photosynthetically active radiation, PAR. So that is what we require compared to the infrared and other ultraviolet rays. Okay. So then short wave and long wave radiation, thermal radiation, net radiation, what is the albedo factors. So like this, we study different the radiation aspects. So similarly, we study atmospheric temperature. So and also the soil temperature.
Recording in progress. Recording stopped.
So we both study the soil temperature and also the atmospheric temperature. How exactly the soil temperature and atmospheric temperature going to influence the crop growth. So say for example, the soil temperature may influence the germination of the seed and also the microbial load and all. So the atmospheric temperature how exactly influence the vegetative and reproductive growth aspect of the plants. At vegetative stage, how it reacts. At reproductive stage, what should be the temperature, the how the pollination, fertilization takes place. All that we discuss in that chapter. Then daily and seasonal variation of temperature. Then vertical profiling of temperature. Energy balance of the earth. So accordingly, the humidity factors. How exactly the humidity, atmospheric humidity or relative humidity going to influence, and what are the factors daily we are going to record in the agro observatory system. All that we are studying in this course. So what is the vapor pressure, how the condensation takes place, then formation of dew and fog, mist, frost, cloud, or water cycle we call. So those things also we study. Then precipitation and how that is rainfall, how the process of rainfall takes place. What are the different types of precipitation, such as rain, snowfall, hail formation, cloud formation. Then so different classifications about that we are going to study. Then what is artificial rain making? How the people are going for artificial rain making in the developed countries. Then the important chapters like monsoon. What is monsoon? So now the southwest monsoon has started, which we call it as Kharif season. From June to September, we call it as Kharif season. Now the monsoon has started from June. It is from June to September. June to September. Then what is the mechanism and importance of Indian agriculture? So we are more concerned about the Indian agriculture. How exactly the Indian agriculture is being progressing during the time of independence. What was the food production? So now what is the food production? So what are the innovations in agriculture so that so much production is being taken place? Then what are the weather hazards like a drought situation, flood situation, frost situation, cyclonic situations, all that we study. So always we say, so both the intensity and distribution of the rainfall should be good for the crop production. So if at all drought, so what is the situation? On the contrary, flood, what is the situation? If the frost, how the exactly the plant reacts, how the cell multiplication and growth will be affected during the frost situation. Similarly, the tropical cyclones, what are the havocs they are going to create? All that we study in those chapters. And extreme weather conditions such as heat wave and cold wave. So, for example, if you go to North Indian conditions, so during April, May months, the temperature will be reaching too high. Whereas in the Rabi season, like December, January, so the temperature will go to freezing. So at that time, how the plant reacts, okay, and also on human beings, what will be the effect? All those things we will study. So then agriculture and weather relations. So most importantly, we want the weather parameters, how exactly it is linking to the agriculture. So agriculture and weather relations, we much bother. Modifications of crop microclimate. Many time we bother much about the microclimate than the macroclimate, because the microclimate will going to decide the vegetation. Okay, so that is why the agriculture is a regionalization or a state subject where each and every zones we have agroclimatic zones. So in each zone, a type of crops will be grown. So most of the time, the agroclimatic zones are made based on the rainfall pattern, the soil type, cropping pattern, and also the topography. By taking these factors, the agroclimatic zoning has been made, and these zones so decide the type of the vegetation. So microclimate is much important. Then climatic normals for crop and livestock production. Climatic normals for crop and livestock production. Even say for example, if you take the Bangalore weather, so it is there is not much variation. So it is a pleasant weather throughout the year. That's why many a time the most of the people want Bangalore weather. So when compared to the extreme weather like North Indian conditions, okay, indicating that even animals also feel better when the weather is normal without any extremities. Then weather forecasting. I think most of you are seeing weather forecasting like a short 1 or 2 days, then weekly forecasting, then monthly forecasting. Like that, we have different types of weather forecasting. So in that we have types forecasting, their usage. Then the climatic change. So we know that different seasons. So like a Kharif season from June to September, then Rabi season October to so February, then summer March to May. So like that we have different seasons we have. So climate change, climatic variability, then global warming. So most of you have studied a little bit of global warming. Why this global warming is being taken place? So how much we are giving the pollution aspect to the environment, like carbon dioxide or chlorofluorocarbons. So how exactly the warming takes place? What is the effect of global warming on the crop yield? So we know that even half-degree increased temperature may cause so much reduction in the yield of a crops. So then, like the impact on this change of climate, impact on regional and national agriculture, and what are the strategies to mitigate, and how to protect our the earth surface, how to keep the weather in a equilibrium state, how to grow the trees and all those things we have to keep it in the mind. So these are some of the theory aspects we discuss in the theory classes. Coming to the practical aspects, so these things will be dealt when you come, or the theory aspects will be started online if the situation continues. So first one is visit to agrometeorological observatory. So agrometeorological observatory, where we are visiting, we are studying the rain gauge, the wet bulb, dry bulb, thermometer. Okay, so wind vane. So all those the instruments which are kept there, we are studying about those instruments which are useful for the crop production. So site selection of the observatory, where should be site observatory should be there. So exposure of instruments and weather data recording, how exactly we have to record the weather data at what time. So usually we record in the morning 7:30 and also afternoon 2:30. So measurement of total and short wave and long wave radiation. Now we have the automatic weather stations also. So radiation will be recorded, and it's estimation using Planck's intensity law. Then measurement of albedo and sunshine duration. So we have the sunshine recorder, where there will be kept where burning will take place. So that duration will be taken as sunshine hours. Then computation of radiation intensity by using BSS. Then measurement of maximum and minimum air temperatures. So it's tabulation, trend and variation analysis in the maximum and minimum temperatures in different seasons. Then measurement of soil temperature by soil thermometer, and computation of soil heat flux. Then determination of vapor pressure and relative humidity. So here all the instruments we have to understand about the instruments which are being used, how exactly each and every instrument works, what are the principles behind that. Then determination of dew point temperature, measurement of atmospheric pressure and analysis of the atmospheric conditions, measurement of wind speed and wind direction. Wind speed and wind direction we need to study. Then preparation of windrows, measurement, tabulation and analysis of the rain. So usually daily we record the rainfall, so every day. So then we take the total for the month, what is the rainfall recorded for that particular month, and it will be compared with the normal rainfall. So for 100 years or 150 years, so what was the average rainfall of that particular area, and in that particular month whether it is excess or normal or below normal, we are working out. So based on that we are studying the cropping patterns. So measurement, tabulation and analysis of the rain, measurement of open pan evaporation. So daily evaporation will be recorded, whether it is 4 meter, 4 millimeter, 5 millimeter or 6 millimeter. So like that daily evaporation will be measured, and also measurement of open pan evaporation and evapotranspiration. Then computation of potential of evapotranspiration and actual evapotranspiration. So all these things are listed for your course. So we are going to study about these things. So why we need to study the agricultural meteorology? So that question will arise for the agricultural students. So the agriculture is a crop production activities. So in the agronomy course, we are dealing with the management of the soil, management of the weed, management of water, and also management of crops. Okay, the crop production activities we are going to deal for the agricultural graduates. So in this situation, we have designed different courses like Fundamentals of Agronomy, AGR 311. So this is AGR 122 in the next semester. So water management and agrometeorology will be dealt. So in the agrometeorology, so how exactly the weather parameters are going to influence the crop production. So this basic knowledge we know exactly when the season starts, the agricultural seasons. And if you take in the agricultural situations, country has nearly 30% of the irrigation resources, whereas the 70% of our country is getting the crops through the or depends on rainfall. So we have dryland situations where they're depending on the rainfall. So indicating that we need to understand exactly when the rain starts. So main season is the southwest monsoon season. June to September, whatever the rains we are getting, that is the main season. Nearly to the extent of 70% of the country's people are going to take up sowing in this season. And of course, some of the farmers getting the northeastern rainfall from Rabi season from September, October to so up to February. So that is northeast rainfall we got. But now we are in the southwest rainfall we are getting. So that is the Kharif season. So now Kharif season has started. The crops are being sown. Now the people are started sowing the seeds. You might have seen in your area, the agricultural activity has started. So when the agricultural activity to be started, we need rainfall or the moisture or facility. So irrigation facility, we do not have much. I told only 30% of Karnataka area also under irrigation, like Kaveri command area, Krishna command area, and other things, only 30%. So 70% of the people are depending on the rainfall only. So rainfall has started from June onwards. So here we much bother about both intensity and the duration of the rainfall. So to take up land preparation, we need the soil moisture. Whenever there is a rainfall, we go for tilling of the land, where you understood about the tillage activities, primary tillage, secondary tillage, all those things we studied in the last course. So when the rainfall occurs, we go for primary tillage. Then when the primary tillage done, the implements will be penetrated into the soil, cut open the soil, and big clots will be opens. So those clots will be crushed with the help of the secondary tillage like harrows. Okay, so those things will be so involved to crush the clots, to level the land, and bring the soil to a fine tilt. Bring the soil to a fine tilt. So again, when the next rainfall comes, we go for sowing. Rainfall means there should be adequate soil moisture. I think you will be studying in your water management course. So field capacity and wilting point, you are going to study in the water management. Nearly 50% of the field capacity, or when the soil or when the soil which is filled with micropores. So you'll study about that also. Soil has the macropores and the micropores. When the micropores filled with water, so the soil will be in a moist condition. We go for take up of the sowing, indicating that we want the rainfall. So how much rainfall should be there to take up sowing? So for example, in GKVK, it is the red sandy type of soil. So when the rain, hello, any clarification? Any clarifications? So
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ಅದು ಬೈ ಮಿಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಆನ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಸರ್.
Okay. So this is only introductory class today. I'm taking only introductory class. From tomorrow onwards, I'll start actual class. Okay. So this I'm briefing. Say for example, GKVK has got the red loamy type of red sandy loam type of soil. Okay. So for example, if you get around 18 to 20 millimeter of rainfall in GKVK, we can go for taking up of sowing. 18 to 20 millimeter of rainfall. If the rainfall is more than 30 mm, there may be too much of watery, we may not be enter into the field. So these things will be understood by this course. Okay. On the contrary, in the black cotton soil, if it is heavy rainfall means we cannot able to enter to the soil. Okay, so these are the things that are required to understand. So when to take up sowing, what should be the soil moisture, how the soil moisture will be looks, or how the soil will be reacting to a different type of moisture. So all those things we are going to study. Okay. So in that connection, so many a time we study what is weather and climate. So many a time we ask today's weather is pleasant. Weather means 1 or 2 days weather. Where climate means it is over 1 week or a cumulative effect of that we call it as climate. Okay. So then cloudy weather, purely sunshine. Okay. So then so at the time of sowing, how exactly the sowing should be taken up. Sometime if the dry condition, we have to go for seed hardening or soaking of the seeds in the water overnight. Then in the morning we have to take out, dry and go for sowing. So like that, all these things we are teaching. And what are the types of implements we are already studied. So how the seed drills are there. Okay, sowing implements, seed drills, drill sowing or dibbling method, or sowing behind the plow, okay, or by using the seed drills or sadda we call. So like the different implements, and what should be depth of plowing, and what should be the depth of sowing. All those things we study in different course. Since you are studying agriculture, and will become agriculture graduates and agriculture officers means you need to understand the subjects. So say many times you have to discuss with farmers also. You have to ask your say elders, forefathers and fathers. So how was the rainfall pattern when they are children? How it was behaving? So how exactly they were doing agriculture? Because the farmers are also like a scientists. Okay, so they know the cause and effect. If we do like this, say for example, early sowing is always beneficial. They say early sowing. Say for example, within June month, if you go for sowing, so there is a good harvest we can go for, because and also early sown crops there is a less buildup of pest and diseases. Okay, when compared to the late sown crops will be at where there would be more of pest and disease attack. The yields will be reduces because this Kharif season is from June to September. So when we take up early sowing, the plant going to put forth much of the dry matter we call, much of the dry matter. There will be a good growth. So when there is a good growth means there is a good photosynthetic surface area. The plant going to synthesize food and also bifurcate or transfer to the reproductive organs, and we are getting good yield. So if the delay in sowing means that vegetative growth will be affected. When the vegetative growth is affected, the plant tend to the reproductive stage, sufficient biomass may not be formed. Sufficient biomass may not be formed. So in such case, the yields will be reduces. And also major we want the water to be stored. Okay, so whatever the rain we are receiving, so that has to be stored into the soil. Okay, it has to be infiltrated properly. That's why you have to go for good tillage activities, ridges and furrows, or you have to till the land so that the water should infiltrate into the soil. So like that, in different areas, how the rainfall behaves. Say for example, Bangalore or GKVK receives around 900 mm of rainfall annually. If you go to the coastal area, they receive 3,400 mm rainfall, indicating that the topography or elevation, so that also decides. Then hilly areas or the forest land draws the clouds, so where they get the more rainfall. So accordingly, we should have good forest cover. We say 33% of the area should be forest cover, but we do not have that much. So like this, so many things we are going to discuss in different classes. Okay, different classes, and I want to be attentive in the classes, and you need to know the subject, and also in the next coming classes I will also give some of the references. What are the books to be referred apart from the class notes? So you have to refer to the different books of agrometeorology so that you can gain a good knowledge. So it is a systematic studies we are offering the courses starting from agrometeorology, water management, the climate related. Then we move to the crop related and also weed related courses. Crop management like cereals, pulses, oil seeds, forage crops, then experimental techniques, like that we are systematically moving from one course to the other course. But unfortunately, you are in the online mode. Always the offline mode is the best and we are learning a good thing. But because of this situation, we are going for online mode. So you should not lose the years like that. But you need to put the extra effort and energy to understand the subjects so that it will be helpful for the future. I think I will stop at this stage because it is only a first class and general discussion, and any clarification from the students I can attend. So now I made it clear. The two theory classes, one is on Monday between 10:45 to 11:45. The other is between 12 to 1. Okay. And also I used to go for preparation of the manual also. But now since you are in the your native places, when you come back, you have to have the manual also. So that we'll see later. First, we are giving concentration for the theory classes. And also Mr. Gavi Siddesh. So each class you have to take the snaps that send the attendance also. Okay.
Okay, sir. I will take, sir.
The attendance is also important in this system because it carries 5 marks. And all the students, once again, I made it clear. So you should be attentive in the class and you should up to date in understanding the subject so that it will be easy for you. And any clarifications in this regard, if any have the doubts or clarifications, I can attend the clarifications since it is an introductory class. From tomorrow onwards, I will start in a systematic way. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Any students have any clarifications? And also, I have not introduced the students. Is it possible to introduce the students?
Yes, sir.
Starting from
Yes,
ID,
sir.
starting from the ID number 1. So, what is your name? You are from which place? Where you studied? Is it possible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, accordingly, ID number wise, say for example, if ID number 0001, A and B 0001.
Yes, sir.
So only those persons should unmute and answer, and after that you have to mute. Then next person like that. Now it is 11:24. Okay, we can have the brief introduction of the students. So now I'll ask starting ID number 1. If it is 1 is present. ID
Yes, sir. Present, sir.
Tell what is your name, where you are from.
Sir, my name is Asik Khanal, sir. I'm from Nepal.
Pardon, what is your name?
Asik Khanal.
Khanal, from Nepal.
Yes, sir.
From agriculture family or business family?
No, sir. Serviceman family, sir.
Okay, now you are in GKVK or at your native place?
Sir, GKVK, sir.
You are here only. Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
Because you could not go. Okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Next, Abhigna 0002,
Sir, myself Abhigna from Kerala.
Kerala. You are in your native place or GKVK?
Native place, sir.
GKVK.
No, sir. I'm hometown. My hometown.
Okay, okay. Next, 3.
Sir, myself Abhishek Nayak, sir. I am from Vijaypur.
From agriculture family?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Next, 4.
Sir, myself Adarsh from Bidar.
Others from Bidar. Okay. Next, 5.
Sir, myself Adarsh Mudnar from Yadgir.
From
Yadgir, sir.
Yadgiri. Okay, from agriculture family. Just tell agriculture background or the other background.
Yes, sir. Agriculture background.
Okay. All of you, just tell your name. What is your parents are doing, whether agriculture or so like that, which place. Okay. Next.
Myself, Afroz Nazneen Karobari from Vijaypur, sir. Belonging to agriculture.
Okay, nice. Next.
I am Ahdel Nias from Kerala, sir. Ahdel Nias from Kerala.
Agriculture family.
Yes, my father is farmer.
Okay, next.
Sir, I am Aishwarya. I'm from Bidar.
Okay. Next.
Sir, I am Aishwarya S and I am from Chikbadapur, sir.
Okay, next.
From Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh.
Akshata Patel.
Akshat Patel, sir.
You are from
From Bhopal, sir, Madhya Pradesh.
ICR Kota. Okay, next.
Yes, sir. I see.
Okay, okay, okay. Next.
I'm Akshat Asaf from Bangalore.
Bangalore. Okay. Next. Next. After Akshata.
Yes, sir.
Yours is 11 ID number, no? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yours over.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 12. ID number 12.
My name is Akul sir from Moskote.
Okay. Agriculture family.
Father is farmer, sir. Farmer.
Okay. Okay. 13.
So my name is Amul, sir. I am from Bidar.
Bidar. Okay. You have to tell agriculture family or non-agriculture family.
Yes, sir. Agriculture family.
Okay. 14.
Myself, Amrita, sir, from Bangalore.
Okay. Next 15.
Myself, Amrita, sir, from Kolar. My father is farmer.
Okay. 16.
Myself Anaga from Kerala, not agricultural family.
Now you are at GKVK?
No, sir. Native place, sir.
Okay. Okay. 17.
Sir, myself, Ananya. I'm from Kerala, sir. Non-agriculture family.
Okay. 18.
Sir, myself, Anika Prakash. I'm from Bangalore.
Okay. 19.
Sir, myself, Ankita Verma. Sir, from Patna, Bihar. Sir, non-agriculture family, sir.
Okay. 20.
Sir, I'm Anusha from Chikbadapur, sir. Non-agricultural family.
Okay. 21.
My sir, agriculture family.
From which place? And from?
Chikbadapur, sir.
Okay. Next.
Myself Arun sir, from Vijaypur, agriculture family, sir.
22. Okay. 23.
I am Arun Kumar from Nelmanga, sir. I belong to agriculture family, sir.
Okay. 24.
I am Ashok, sir. I am from Gulbarga, agriculture family.
Okay. 25.
My name is Ayaz Shajal. I'm from Kerala, from a non-agriculture family.
Okay. 26. 27.
Myself MB Bahul Reddy from Bangalore, non-agriculture family.
Okay. 28. 28 is not there. 29.
Myself Basavaraj from Vijaypur, agriculture family.
Okay. 30.
Myself Bhavani sir, Hesarghatta in Bangalore and from agricultural family.
See in the IIHR, Indian Institute of Horticulture Research.
Yes sir.
Okay. Next 31.
Sir, myself Dinesh from Kolar and I am from agriculture family.
Okay. 32.
I'm Banu Kumar from Mysore. I'm from agriculture background.
Okay. 33.
So myself Bhargav Reddy. I'm from Ballari, sir. My family is a non-agriculture family.
Okay. 34.
So myself Bhaskar Gowda from Bangalore, non-agriculture family.
Okay. 35.
Sir, I'm myself Bhavana HS. I'm from Tumkur. Farmer. My father is farmer.
Okay. 36.
Sir, I'm Bhumika sir from Chikbalapur. Belongs to agriculture family sir.
Okay. 37.
I am Bhuvan Aradhya sir from Mysore agriculture families.
Okay. 38.
So myself Bhuneshwari. I'm from Vijaypur, non-agriculture family sir.
Okay. 39.
So myself Chandan Imman. I am from Bangalore and agriculture background, sir.
Okay. 40.
Sir, myself Chandana GT from Chikmagalur and I am from agriculture family sir.
Okay. 41.
Sir, myself Chandana HR. I'm from Mandya, agricultural background, sir.
Okay. 42.
Myself Chandrasekhar BA from Mandya and from my agricultural family.
Okay. 43.
ಸರ್ ಚಂದ್ರಶ್ರೀ ಅಂತ ಸರ್ ಅವಳು ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ ಹಾಕ್ಸ್ಕೊಳಕ್ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾಳ ಸರ್.
Okay. Okay. 44.
I am Chetan from
Network issues. I think it is not clear. Not breaking. Voice is breaking. Maybe network issues. Okay. It's okay, Chetan. Okay. Voice is not clear. Okay. 45.
From Bangalore.
Hello.
Myself Chetan from Bangalore.
Okay. 46.
So myself Chinmayshree AS. I'm from Hassan, non-agricultural family sir.
Okay. 47.
I'm Chirantana Kishore sir from Bangalore.
Okay. 48.
Myself Darshan from Uttar Kannada.
Okay. 49.
I am Dikshit Gowda is from Kanakpura Taluk. I am from an agricultural family.
Okay. 50.
I'm Dikshita MP from Chikbalapur from agriculture family.
Okay. 51.
I am Deepthi. I am from Shimoga. I hail from an agriculture family, sir.
Okay. 52.
Sir, I am Dirajar. I am from Bangalore. I am from agriculture family.
Okay. 53.
Sir, myself Devendra Dansina. I am from Raigad, Chhattisgarh, sir, and non-agricultural.
Okay. 54. 54. Not there. 55.
Sir, I am Dilip Kumar from Ballari, non-agricultural family.
Okay. 56. 56. 57.
Sir, Divya from Kolar and I am from agricultural family sir.
Okay. 58.
Sir, myself Diveshri Yasan from Mandya, belongs to agriculture family sir.
Okay. 59.
So myself Diveshri VM. I'm from Bangalore.
Okay. 60. 60. 61.
Myself Gagana. I'm from Bangalore.
Okay. 62.
Myself Ganesh Ji. I'm from Gadang and
Okay. 63. 63. 64.
Sir, myself, Gavi Siddesh Patil, sir. I am from Koppal, sir. From non-agriculture.
Okay. Okay, 65.
I'm Gan. I'm from Tirthahalli. My father is an agriculturist.
66.
Myself Gopal Lal Dhakar and I am from Rajasthan, sir, and from agriculture background, sir.
Okay. 67.
So I'm Gordhan Gowda from Kolar, belongs to agriculture family.
Okay. 68.
So I'm Govind Das from Kerala, not from an agriculture background.
Okay. 69.
Sir, I am Gautami from Chikballapur. I'm not from agricultural background.
Okay. 70.
Sir, I am Gautami N from Kolar. I belong to agricultural family.
71.
So myself Gautami Niranjan from Chitradurga. I'm from non-agricultural family.
Okay. 72. 73.
Sir, Arshita N from Dodballapur, belong to agricultural family, sir.
Okay. 74. 75.
I am Hemant. I am from Mandya, from non-agriculture family.
76.
Hemant Rajuke from Shira, agriculture family.
Okay. 77.
Myself Hemant Kumar HK from Tumkuru. I am agricultural background.
Okay. 78.
Sir, I am Imran from Gulbarga, from agriculture background.
Okay. 79.
Sir, I am Indranil Reddy from Andhra, agriculture background, sir.
Okay. 80.
So myself Baslingappa and from Raichur, I belongs to agriculture family.
Okay. 81. 82.
I am Baswanappa. Sir, 81.
Okay. Baswanappa, tell me.
I am Baswanappa from Haveri, agriculture backgrounds.
Okay. 82.
Sir, myself Saitra R. I am from Chamrajnagar, non-agricultural family, sir.
Okay. 83.
Sir, Chandan from Shumoga, agriculture family.
Okay. 84. 85. 86.
Myself Likita Nadik, sir. I am from Chitradurga, agriculture background.
87.
Sir, Nagaraj Naik from Shivamogga, belongs to agriculture family.
88.
From Tumkur, agriculture family, sir.
Okay. 89.
Sir, Preethan B from Bangalore, non-agricultural family.
89. 90.
Rudresh from Davangere, agriculture background.
91.
Sir, Sadi from Bidar, belongs to agriculture family.
Okay. 92.
92. 92, sir.
Gunesh.
Gunesh from Bidar, sir.
Gunesh Borle from Bidar.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's all. Still the ID numbers are there. 93 is there?
Illa, sir. 92.
92 is the last, huh? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Good. So because usually we used to introduce in the first class, so indicating that wherever the students are spread over throughout the state as well as the country, just we will have an idea so that what are the cropping patterns, how exactly whether the farmers' children or other children. So how to take up classes like that, it will give an idea. Majority are agriculture background, they will be knowing much. Otherwise, no problem. So we are guiding the students. Okay, these are some of the issues. Just I wanted to speak. So I think I will stop here. Okay. So tomorrow I'll start at between 12 and 1. The class is tomorrow. Okay. So I will start tomorrow. So now I stop the class. Gaisidesh is send the attendance. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Bye then. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye. Bye. Bye.